on your walk for a year. You know, like, what could you possibly have learned? But as a person who is hyper intuitive, hi guys, I am indeed double filming because, like I mentioned in my last video, which was a spring what's in my bag, I'll link it below if you're interested. I said I really missed sitting and just talking directly to camera. So I missed it so much that I decided to film two videos. Two videos, completely opposite topics. But this topic has been on my mind for a long time now. When you're discussing religion with people that have different experiences than you do, you tend to disagree with them. And when you disagree, I feel like it's human nature it turns into arguments. That's just my personal 2 cents on the matter. I'm cautiously optimistic about making a video about my testimony, which is my story on how I found God and started my walk with Him. It's just, again, something that I have to work up the courage to film, and I'm not there yet. But I think this is a good, stepping stone into hopefully that video one day.
This is not a sponsored video, by the way. I just really like these little Perrier things, mineral water, because I occasionally have soda cravings, and I'm trying not to indulge those cravings, so this carbonation curbs that craving a little.
I've been on my walk with God for over a year. To some of you who maybe have been Christian or have had a close relationship with religion your entire life or for a very long time, may think, you've only been on your walk for a year. You know, like, what could you possibly have learned? But as a person who is hyper intuitive, hyper observant, I feel like I have learned a lot. Maybe even more than somebody who has been on their walk for a long time, because I believe it's quality over quantity. A whole different set of rules than secular dating. I've always prided myself on being that go-to person when it comes to advice, and specifically relationship advice. Since I've become a Christian, I feel a little bit less knowledgeable. And as somebody who enjoys being in control the majority of the time, that freaks me out. Of course, there's the typical shallow side of dating. That's exactly the same as secular dating.
Thank you for that. Thank you for that motorized loudness.
Christian dating is a lot more about establishing a good foundation before taking the next step. So I think each stage of dating is a little bit slower than secular dating. Maybe in secular dating, you have an initial interest in somebody, and then maybe after a week or two, you initiate that interest. So maybe you ask that you add them on Facebook, or if you have mutual friends, you ask your friend to introduce you, or you text them, or if you've been friends with that person before, you text them and you say, hey, depending on your age, let's go get coffee, let's go for ice cream, let's go grab a drink, or whatever. I feel like in the Christian dating scene, instead of 1 or 2 weeks, that stage is like 1 or 2 months or even longer. As somebody who is new to the Christian dating scene, like, that makes me so paranoid, because I'm used to seeing interest within a few weeks instead of a few months. So that's the first thing.
It's unnecessary. Do you guys hear that? It's so loud. Are you serious? Can you, not drag race in my neighborhood, please? Thank you.
One of the biggest things that I appreciate as dating Christian men is, if you find the right one, they have this like godliness about them, which means they usually treat women really well and with respect. Another thing about Christian dating that like kind of is annoying is when you're like, for example, my church has a young adults program, which is like 18 to 30. You don't know how old somebody is. You can see somebody at, the weekly gathering and you'll be like, oh my goodness, he's really handsome. Of course, yes, here I'm feeding into that shallow side, but I'm saying like when you first see somebody, of course you're gonna initially be attracted to like the physical. See somebody and you're like, oh, he's so cute, and then you tell your friends and you get this like the flutters or like the butterflies in your head or whatever, and then your friend's like, oh yeah, he's super cute, but he's also like 19. And your bubble is bursted. Like there's no like name tags like, hi, my name is Matt and I'm 18, or hi, my name is Matt, I'm 27. On that same vein, when you date somebody from your same church, or like you even show the smallest of interest in somebody from the same church, and you're like, everybody, the next day, everybody knows about it. And they'll be like, hey, I heard that you and so are hanging out. Like, are you guys dating? Are you guys talking? It's immediately you're transported back to high school, which I understand because of, again, the 18 to 30 realm. I've just always been such a private person with everything. Of course, that's kind of ironic because I'm putting my life out here on YouTube. But what I mean is, like, I choose what I put out. It's not like the Truman Show where cameras are following me around. If you guys are religious and you're kind of rather new to your walk, could you guys give me advice? Like, this is like stream of consciousness with dating. It's not really like an advice video because I need advice, like maybe this is a cry for help. I know that I'm supposed to pray about, and I have. But I mean, let's just say that I've had like two situations where I've had a thing for somebody and I've just have been taking stabs in the dark, and that's probably a really graphic bonus. I'm trying to do 2 videos a week, but you guys can definitely count on at least 1 video a week for me, sometimes 2. I just can't commit to 2 right now because I don't know if I have enough content to fill 2 videos. So that is all for this one. If you guys didn't see my what's in my bag for spring, I will link that down below. Yeah, and don't forget to check out my travel vlogs. They will also be linked below. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. It's free and it would help me out so much. Yeah, I hope you all have a really fun and safe weekend, and I'll see you next week. Bye, guys. Palermo by Ciarte collection. This is a satin lipstick in the color Praline. I'm usually not a satin lipstick kind of girl. I love my mattes because